All right, hello everyone. Today I just want to hopefully save you guys a huge headache or a huge inconvenience that you potentially could encounter when filling out your Vietnamese or Vietnam tourist e-visa. So this is very important because it's very, very strict. In Vietnam, it's very, very strict getting the tourist visa. Everything has to be perfect to a T on the e-visa. You cannot have one mistake. If you have one mistake on the e-visa, they will reject it. You just lost $25, and then you have to wait another 3 or 4 days for you to get and apply for the new visa. So it's a huge headache, and you got to make sure you get everything right down to a T the first time so you can save time, you can save money, and that's what I hope that I can do for you today in this video. So just quickly, let's go through the common pitfalls, the common errors when applying for your Vietnam e-visa. So the first time that I applied for the e-visa, I actually had a big mistake where I messed up the dates, which we can go through today. And I actually had a limited time period of being able to visit Vietnam. So Vietnam is such a big country, so you're going to need a lot of time to travel. So, getting from the south to the north, if you're just going through bus, a lot of people like to go through bus because they like to stop along the cities along the coast, all the way up to Hanoi or Ha Long Bay or Haiphong, and that could take a week to do all that, or even longer. So having enough time to be able to travel Vietnam is important. So we got to get this e-visa correct so you have enough time to explore this beautiful country. So first off is the main pitfall. Probably the biggest pitfall is making sure you're applying on the right website. There's a lot of scams out there, a lot of scam websites that will have kind of like a fake website saying, oh, this is a Vietnam e-visa, this is where you can apply. Meanwhile, they're taking your money and taking all of your data to sell to other people, and now you just got completely scammed. So let's avoid that and make sure we're getting to the right website. I can put the link in the description, but we can just Google Vietnam e-visa and see what comes up, because that's what most people are going to do. Just going to go to Google and type it in. Yeah, so the first one looks like this is the correct one. So let's click on this one, open up a new tab, evisa.gov.vn. So this is VN. So this is the right website that you want to apply. Any of these other ones down here, yeah, this one, do not use this one, yeah, all of these are not the right websites you want to be on. And again, there are a lot of scams out there, so you got to be careful. Got to make sure you're going to the right website. This is the official e-visa government website, Vietnam. And yeah, you just want to hit apply now, and you can accept all of this. Yeah, I don't think there's anything special here, but you can review that on your own time. Now into the application form. So you're gonna have to take a selfie, and if you just follow the directions of the selfie, it has to be a specific size, 4x6 centimeters. So you'll have to find a way to resize that. I think I used some sources online to resize my selfie, so I just used my phone, and I didn't use the front camera. I used the back camera because it's higher quality, and I just turned it around and took a selfie right in front of a white wall. So yeah, you're gonna want like a white wall to kind of put your head against, and then you want it to cut just from maybe just how it is in the picture, like your upper chest or the lower part of your neck, up to a little bit above the top of your head. So you want to get obviously your entire face, but not too far to where it's showing too much of your body. It's got to be pretty close up. So and it's got to be 4x6 centimeters in this format, and you can reformat these photos online. Like you can type in like resize photo service or something like that, and they have like free websites. I forget which one I used, that you can resize your photos, and also you can resize the size of the photo as well, like the actual megabyte. So you want to have less than 2 megabytes. So that's important. The one on your phone is probably going to be more than 2 megabytes. So you'll have to go online to resize that. All right, so this is the photo that I used, and as you can see, the bottom is cut off maybe about the upper end of my chest. It has some space between my ears and the end of the photo, and then also space between the head and the top. It's got to be really, it's got to be almost perfect. It's unfortunately they're very, very strict. So what I used to resize my photo is I used imageresizer.com, and it's completely free. You just upload your photo, and you can change your export settings, your target file size of 2 megabits. Save image as JPEG if it's not already a JPEG. And then also you can change the width make sure you don't lock aspect ratio, 4:6, and make sure it's on centimeter. And then that'll resize your photo. You hit export, and then you can upload that to your photos or your file here. Then also you need a photo of your passport, which is pretty straightforward. You can take that again with your phone, and then you just kind of crop out any extra space on the side, and you can do that on your phone. You can just do basic cropping on your phone. Now for this is important because it needs to match exactly what it's like on your passport. Okay, so now when it comes to the name, a lot of people do make this mistake on the name. So the surname obviously is your last name. So let's say your name is John Mike or John Bob Smith. Let's say John Bob Smith. You put Smith as your last name. Now it says middle and given name. So this doesn't mean your middle name comes first unless it does on your passport. You pretty much want to put down here in your name whatever it says on your passport. So if on your passport says John Bob Smith, you want to put Smith and then John Bob here. If it's Jonathan Bobby or something like that, if that's your official name on your passport or on your birth certificate and it's on your passport as well, you want to put exactly what's on your passport. So then you want to put Jonathan Bobby Smith. So it has to be exactly how it shows on your passport. Now your date of birth. A lot of, at least for Americans, we're used to putting our month first, then the day, then the year. But on the visa application and mostly for Vietnam paperwork, it's always day, then month, then year. So you got to make sure you're putting your day first, and then the month, and then the year. So that's important, and you're gonna want to put that for everything, even for these dates down here, which we can get to. Nationality, you choose your nationality. Religion doesn't matter. I always put Christianity because that's what I was born into, but I don't really practice religion, so it's not that important. It doesn't really matter. I don't think they really care for religion, but let's see. You have multiple nationalities. No, I don't have multiple nationalities. I think that's only if you have multiple passports. Do you have multiple nationalities? Do you have multiple passports? That's what that means. It doesn't mean, are you I'm half Irish, half Italian or something like that. That doesn't mean multiple nationalities. It means how many passports you have, pretty much. Violation of laws? No. So single entry is going to be $25. Multiple entry, I think, is $50 at the time of this video. So single entry pretty much means is once you enter the country, once you leave, you can't come back in on the same visa. Multiple entry is you can leave and come back as many times as you want, as long as it's within the same period of your visa. And you don't need to apply for a new visa if you leave and come back. as long as it's still in the window. Now, grant e-visa valid from. So this is the mistake that I made. I thought this meant was the time that I estimated when I was going to arrive in the country, not how long I wanted the visa to be. So what I thought was like, oh, I'm gonna book a flight maybe sometime in next month. So what I did was I put next month is August. So what I did was grant my e-visa is valid. I thought it was valid to just enter in sometime in August. So I put August 1st to August 30th. But really what this means is how long do you want your visa to last? So you want it to start on, if you want to do a 90-day visa, you just pick the day that you have your flight booked to arrive in Vietnam, and then 90 days from that date should be your exit. And you can't overshoot. It doesn't let you overshoot. So even if I put in tomorrow, 90 days from tomorrow, let's say I overshoot, and I put August in October 30th. See, they won't let you do that because it must not exceed 90 days. So, see, even to 20 seconds, too much. So it doesn't let you do more than 90 days. So you can kind of just, you don't really need to do math as much that much. You can just kind of just, do this until you get to where it doesn't give an error. So 90 days is from today, July 22nd to October 19th. That is 90 days. Because I guess there's some months with, I think, July 31st, right? It's the 31st day in July, 31st day in August. So, yeah, it makes sense. So this is what this means, is how long do you want your visa to last in the country? It doesn't mean what day, when do you anticipate arriving in Vietnam. It doesn't mean that. That's what I thought it meant, but that's not what it is. And then passport information, you just put in your passport number, and then the issuing authority, that should be like down here, at least on my passport's like somewhere down here. Here it is, authority. You just want to just copy exactly what it says on the passport. Exactly how it says. Don't do any abbreviations like USA. If it says United States of America, you type in United States of America. Don't do US, don't do USA. Make sure it's exactly how it says on the passport. Date of issue, expiration date. Again, these are day first, then month, then year. Day first, then month, then year. Down here, date of issue and expiry date. On your passport, it may be different. It may show, if you're an American passport, it may show month first, then day, then year. But down here, you got to make sure you change it to day first, then month, then year. Day first, then month, then year. It's very, very important. They will not let you, they will not give you the e-visa if you have that wrong. So, and then you'll be out $25, and then you'll have to wait even longer, and then maybe you'll miss a flight, and then you'll miss your hotel, and then, it can kind of just domino effect into losing a bunch of money. So you don't want to make that mistake. And then the address, permanent residential address. Permanent residential. So that's pretty much your address, your home address. If you don't have a home address, you can use your parents' address, as that's what I do. Contact address, you could use the same. You could use the same contact address. The same as your residential address, or you can use like your mom's address or a close friend or a sibling's address for contact address. Telephone number, your home telephone number, your cell phone, whatever. Emergency contact, and then you can put their information there. Occupation, you don't need to put anything. Look, there's no stars here, so you don't need to put anything for occupation. Purpose for entry, tourism, tourist. Intended date of entry. So this is the date that you want to arrive, that your flight is for arrival, and then you want to put 90 days. So, and when I made my mistake, I had this. This is correct. I put intended length of stay 90 days, but this date here, grant e-visa valid from, was only 28 days. And they only gave me 28 days. They didn't give me 90 days. So this will always override this, I guess. But you want to make sure they're both say 90 days, and then also it reflects here 90 days. Phone number in Vietnam is not required. Most people are not going to have a phone number in Vietnam before they arrive since they're a tourist. Residential address in Vietnam. So this is what you would put like your hotel. Like if you booked a hotel, just put your hotel address. If you didn't book a hotel yet, just put the hotel that you think that you're going to stay at. If it doesn't happen to be the hotel you stay at, that's fine, but you do need to put an address down and make sure that's correct as exactly how it says on Google Maps, on the Google address, or on their website. On their website of the hotel, they'll have the address. Make sure it's correct for province, city, ward, and then also your intended border gate of entry. Where are you going to arrive? So there's a lot of land borders. You got to make sure you know the land border that you're going to go through if you're traveling by bus or by car. And then if you're flying into, which airport are you going to enter from? And then also your intended gate of exit. If you don't know the intended gate of exit, just give it your best guess. It doesn't need to be exact. They're not going to do anything if you're incorrect on that. Agency that applicant plans to contact and enter, no. Have you been in Vietnam last 1 year? So if you've been in Vietnam last 1 year, then you do have to hit yes, and then you have to go to your visa that you got, that hopefully you've saved if you're smart enough. Save your previous visa, and you put in the dates. Actually, no, that's incorrect. Do not put in the dates of your previous visa, because you actually need to put in the dates that shows in your passport. Even if you leave before the dates that it shows in your e-visa, use the dates that are in your passport, the actual days that you arrived and you departed, because it may not be the same that's as it says on your visa if you do leave or arrive a day or too late or early. So you always want to use the dates that it shows in your passport. That's your official days that you were there. That's all that they care about, is the actual days that you were there. So your from date, your to date, and then obviously your tourism. If you have any people under 14, you can put their information in there. Intended expenses in the U.S. I usually put around like something like reasonable. Don't be like 10 grand a month or 20 grand a month. Like obviously that's not reasonable. It's going to be very hard to spend 10,000 in a month. I usually put around 2,000, or it looks like for 1 month I put 3 grand. 3 grand if you're staying for 1 month. I'm here now for 3 months, so I'll put like 10 grand. Honestly, what did I put? 75. I put 7,500 for 3 months. So $2,500 a month is reasonable for traveling this country. So put something reasonable. Obviously, don't put something like $500, because they may not approve that. There may be a limit, a bottom limit. I don't know the bottom limit. So you want to put something reasonable, like 2,000 a month or 2,500 a month, 3,000 a month. So I'm sure they have like a window. Did you buy insurance? I put no, because I didn't buy insurance, and I don't think they care with health insurance or travel insurance. It's not a requirement, so you don't have to put yes or no. Actually, I don't even think it's required to even answer this question or any of these questions. There's no star, so. But I did put no, but it's not required, so you can put no. It's not going to like reject your visa. Who will cover the trip's expenses of the applicant? I put personal unless it's for a business. And then your payment method. I always put cash. I put cash because it seems like cash is guaranteed. It's guaranteed. It's actual currency. Credit card is you're going into debt to travel, and maybe I'm not sure. I don't think there's any. They won't. I don't think they're gonna decline your visa because you put credit card. But me thinking is like, if I'm a country and then there's somebody coming to my traveling my country on a credit card, like it seems more riskier than somebody who's actually bringing cash, cold hard cash into the country. So I always put cash. It just seems more reasonable that I actually have $7,500 in cash to be able to spend, and that the country's not gonna, like, I'm not gonna go broke traveling this country and then now I'm a liability to the country. So I always put cash. So those are the main things that you have to make sure you have correctly on your e-visa. They are very, very strict. So everything has to be perfect to a T. Make sure you review your application 2-3 times. Go through. Don't be lazy when you're reviewing. Go through. Make sure you're spelling your name correctly. Make sure you got your first name, then your middle name, exactly how it says on your passport. Make sure you check all of the dates. Make sure it's day first, then month, then year. Make sure you're typing in your nationality exactly how it shows on your, I guess it's a drop down, so it doesn't matter. But your place of birth, exactly what it says on your passport. Your place of birth may be different. On my passport, my place of birth says New Jersey, United States. It doesn't show the town. It doesn't show the town in New Jersey that I was born. So I only put New Jersey, United States, exactly how it says on my passport. Even if I was born in some town, some small town, I didn't put the town because that's not what it says on the passport. Exactly what it says on the passport. Your email address, type in your email address. It's not that strict on that one. But yeah, check your dates here. Your issuing authority, your place of issue, exactly how it says on your passport. The dates, day, month, year, always double check. Type of passport, we didn't go over this. Type of passport, this is an ordinary passport. Most people, if you're on a tourist visa, it's going to be an ordinary passport. An official passport, this means, are you like a government official? Are you a government official? You're probably not a government official if you're watching this video. So ordinary passport is going to be most people's passport. And then also your contact information, everything's got to be correct. Your dates, make sure you double check everything. It's very, very strict. So if you follow all those things, you will probably not make a mistake and you should be good to go and you wouldn't have any issues. I hope this video saves you some time and some money from hopefully not having any errors. If you found this helpful, please drop a like, comment down below, and I'll catch you guys later. The links will be in the description, so I'll see you guys later. Peace.